Hello everyone, I hope you're having a great day. Welcome to the webinar on how you can migrate to Zoho Cliq from Slack and Microsoft Teams. This webinar is for admins who want to migrate their teams from Slack or Microsoft Teams to Zoho Cliq. Also, if you're a business who's looking for a collaboration platform or if you want to use or consider alternative to Slack or Microsoft Teams, this webinar is also for you. And also for users who want to stay updated on with what Zoho Cliq has to offer. Let's look into today's agenda. We'll start with an introduction to Zoho Cliq and the benefits of migrating to Zoho Cliq. Then we'll look at the different pricing plans of Zoho Cliq and compare it with Slack and Microsoft Teams and see how much you can save up. We'll then be looking at the best practices to follow before migration and post migration. We have divided the session into two parts where on the first half we'll be looking at how you can migrate from Slack with a live demo, followed by how you can migrate from Microsoft Teams with a live demo. In the second half, we'll be looking at how you can set up your organization once you've successfully migrated to Cliq with a live demo. Finally, we will have the Q&A session where you can put forth all your queries and our tech expert will be answering them for you. Zoho Cliq is a business communication software which will help you streamline all your business operation under one place. Migrating to Zoho Cliq can offer several benefits to organizations looking for efficient communication and collaboration tools. Here are some of the key benefits of migrating to Zoho Cliq. One of the main strengths of migrating to Zoho Cliq is its ability to use the developer platform for creating bots and extensions without the need of a server. Unlike Microsoft Teams, which uses Azure, and Slack, which uses AWS, both of which are external servers, Click has a huge advantage in that it does everything inside the platform without the need of an external server. Compared to some other communication and collaboration platform, Zoho Cliq offers competitive pricing plans, making it a more valuable solution for businesses of all sizes. You can also maintain continuity without losing context. The Zoho Click chat bar across Zoho apps helps you keep your conversations going even when you aren't looking at Zoho Click. This way, you never miss a message notification. Zoho Click prioritizes security and data privacy, offering features like data encryption, role based access controls, data retention policies, audit logs, IP restriction, multi factor authentication, and compliance with industry standards such as GDPR and HIPAA. This helps in maintaining a secure communication environment for sensitive information. Zoho Click offers a user friendly interface that is both simple and intuitive, allowing users to navigate seamlessly and making most of their features. So, collaborating with people outside your organization doesn't need to be complex. To simplify collaboration with external stakeholders, Zoho Click launched networks. You can create networks for multiple streams like partners, vendors, contract employees, and collaborate with them around the clock. Organization admins have access to customize Zoho Click according to their business needs. They can customize the navigation sidebar, statuses that should be visible, and you can also set default channel permission. This level of customization empowers users to personalize every aspect of the app, fostering a tailored and efficient communication environment. Without any expensive devices, businesses can transform a conference room into a smart room with just an Android TV. By installing the Click Rooms app from the Play Store on your Android TV, you can elevate your meeting experience on a bigger screen. Now, let us look at some features that make Zoho Click a better alternative than Slack. Zoho Click offers advanced file search capabilities using the optical character recognition technology. This allows users to search for text within images, making it easier to find specific files easily. Users can engage in multi chat conversations simultaneously within Zoho Click, streamlining communication and collaboration across different teams or projects without having to switch between tabs or windows. Zoho Click allows users to record video or voice messages for up to 15 minutes, whereas Slack and Microsoft Teams provides it up to 5 minutes only. The screen sharing feature is available in the free plan of Zoho Click, enabling users to share their screens with colleagues during the meetings or collaborative sessions. Zoho Click offers a structured organization directory that includes departments, designations, and teams. This helps users easily navigate and locate specific contacts within the organization, improving communication efficiency. By using the remote work, you can get a bird's eye view of what is happening in your office. You'll be able to see who is checked in from office, who is working remotely, who is out, and who is on leave. You'll also be able to view all your scheduled and ongoing meetings happening in your team. Zoho Click prioritizes security and privacy with a range of features, including OAuth and SAML based sign in for secure authentication, enterprise mobility management for device management, and IP restriction to restrict users from accessing Zoho Click from unauthorized networks, and other security measures to safeguard user data. Zoho Click is also available on Android, iOS, iPadOS, Wear OS, WatchOS, CarPlay, Android Auto, and Android TV. In addition to the web version, Zoho Click is available for desktop on Mac OS, Linux, and Windows. This makes it easier to access Click from anywhere, giving you the flexibility to get work done even when you are on the move. Zoho Click seamlessly integrates with phone systems, allowing users to make and receive sales calls directly within the platform. Now, let us look at some features that makes Zoho Click a better alternative than Microsoft Teams. So, quite often there's a need to collaborate with other teams in the organization. To make communication easy, you can create multi team channels in Click and onboard members from different teams. With role-based permission and Click, you can enable specific users to access important actions like deleting a file, etc. To protect your organization's data, you can also restrict access to specific IP addresses. You can also use the multi-chat view to actively collaborate in conversation with more than one person at a time. To get better control over your notification and manage alerts in Zoho Click, uh, you can uh, configure different sounds based on the message type for channels, messages, one-on-one chats, at mentions, and more. Zoho Click provides organizations with various options to make Click according customizable to their needs. You can enable or disable modules for your entire organization. You can add a company logo, choose a custom domain, and create custom emojis and stickers to make your conversations more fun. Zoho Click has 4 plans that will be convenient for all business sizes and features required. So the first plan is the free plan, which is ideal for small businesses or businesses with basic communication needs, startups, or businesses who want to use Click at no cost. The second plan is ideal for growing teams or businesses with moderate communication and collaboration requirements, and also organizations that require more storage and advanced admin control, businesses with the need to communicate with external partners or clients. The third plan is the professional plan, which is ideal for medium to large size enterprises with high volume of communication and collaboration, and also organizations that require advanced security features and compliance, and also who want to use live events and Click Rooms app for meetings. Then we have the enterprise plan, which is ideal for large enterprises with complex communication needs and a significant user base, organizations that require extensive customization options and brand control, and also businesses who are seeking comprehensive analytics and reporting features. You can check our pricing plans in our website to have an in-depth knowledge of what is available under each plan and which plan is best suited for your organization. If you're already a part of a Zoho bundle, you'll be able to use Click, and these are the Click plans that will be available for you. So now that we've looked into the various pricing plans and what each plan offers, here you can compare the various pricing plans of Zoho Click, Slack, and Microsoft Teams. This is the basic plan that is available under each platform. When you compare the paid standard plan offered by each platform, you can conclude that Zoho Click's pricing is more affordable compared to Slack and Microsoft Teams. So, Microsoft on April 2024 has announced that Microsoft Teams will not be included in the Microsoft 365 or Office 365 bundle. So, this unbundling of Microsoft Teams from Microsoft 365 or Office 365 bundle means that the new users who want to use Teams for communication and collaboration will now need to pay separately to access Teams. So here's how this can affect new users. Uh, Users who want to use Teams as part of their Microsoft 365 or Office 365 subscription will now need to pay extra to access it. And this additional cost would be a big concern for businesses, especially for those who have large number of users and who rely heavily on collaboration tools for their day-to-day operations. The second one is the impact on budgets. For businesses that have budgeted for Microsoft 365 or Office 365 subscription, the unbundling of Teams may require re-evaluation of their budgeting strategy. They will need to allocate additional funds to cover the cost of Teams separately. And the third is the potential for switching. Some users or organization may consider exploring alternative communication and collaborative platforms that offer similar features to Teams but at a lower cost. This would include both standalone platforms and suites offered by the competitors. If you're looking for a switch from Microsoft Teams, then choosing Zoho Click would be a fair option, as this would result in significant cost savings for an organization. So let's say you have 1,000 users in your organization. Below bar chart represents how much you might be saving up if you use Zoho Click. So if you see the standard plan, Microsoft Teams is 5 times and Slack is 6 times more than the price of Zoho Click. Now let us look at some best practices that you can follow before migrating to Zoho Click. Review your current usage of Slack or Microsoft Teams, including active users, teams, channels, and data stored within the app. You can also identify critical workflows, integrations, and features that need to be replicated or replaced in Zoho Click. Explore the various plans available in Zoho Click and select the plan that is right fit for your organization. Ensure that data is organized and ready for transfer to Zoho Click, including user information, channel teams, etc. Conduct a pilot migration with a small group of users or teams to test the migration process, data integrity, and functionality in Zoho Click. Then you can gather feedback from pilot users and make necessary adjustments or configuration before proceeding with full-scale migration. With this, we'll be looking at the migration process. First, let us look into the Slack migration to Zoho Click. Migrating your channels and data from Slack to Zoho Click is an easy two-step process. The first step is to export your data from Slack. The second step is to import your data to Zoho Click. To export your data, you have to go to your Slack workspace settings. You can select the date range and data you want to export based on your plan, and then download the zip folder containing the data. To import the data, you'll have to navigate to Click's admin panel and upload the zip folder. You can pick the channels and chats you want to import. Let us look at how you can do this with the help of a live demo. And towards the end, we'll also look at some reasons for failure in the migration. So to export your data from Slack, you'll need to do the following. This is my Slack workspace. I'll click on my workspace in the left side of the screen and select tools and settings. And from there, I'll go to settings and click on workspace settings. Also note that the data you can export from Slack depends on your Slack plan. Now you'll have to click on import and export data. Under the export tab, you can select the date range. I'm selecting entire history and click start export. So your export will be generated, and once that's over, you can click on ready to download and your zip folder will be downloaded. Now that we've exported the zip folder from Slack, the next step would be to import the zip folder that has all the Slack data into Zoho Cliq. To do that, you have to navigate to Zoho Cliq's admin panel and under data administration, click on import from Slack. Now here you will be guided on how to export your Slack data. All you have to do is, I've just copied my zip folder in the desktop. All you have to do is drag and drop the zip folder. So once that's done, click on start export. And all the Slack channels will be imported as Cliq channels. You can select the channels you want to import and click on start import. You can note that the users who have been imported successfully will receive an email inviting them to Zoho Cliq. On clicking the call to action button in that mail, you will be navigated to your Cliq organization. And also the migrated channels will be imported to your Cliq account, and you can uh, access them under your channels. Once everything is done, you can click on access Cliq, and you'll get directed to your Cliq organization. So now that you've looked into the steps followed for from Slack migration, let's look into scenarios where the migration might fail. So if the users belong to different DCs, then you will not be able to migrate them. And also, if the user you're trying to import is already a Cliq user, then your migration might fail. The maximum file size to import is 1 GB. And while uploading your zip folder, if there is some error, this happens when you have exported data without enabling email address display under workspace settings. To fix that, you can go to your workspace settings and you can click on the email address display option and click expand and select whether you want members and guests of your organization plus people for external organization that you're connected to option. That option needs to be selected and it should be working fine. And also, once you've faced a failure in migration process, you will have to start over and try migrating again. Now let's look into how you can migrate from Microsoft Teams. So Microsoft Teams to Zoho Cliq is just a three-step process. The first step is to export your data from Microsoft Team. So to do that, you have to register an app in the Azure portal. Once the app is registered, we'll need to know the client ID and the tenant ID. Next, we'll also need to get the client secret value and add API permissions in the app. The second step is to run the Python script in the terminal. Here you'll need to add the details of the app we made note of and run the script. The third step is to upload the zip folder that gets downloaded after the script run. To export data, we need API access. So many migration tasks involve interacting with Microsoft Graph APIs to access and manage Microsoft Teams data such as channels, messages, and settings. By registering an app in Azure portal, you can obtain client credentials such as client ID, tenant ID, and client secret value, or set up certificate based authentication, enabling your app to authenticate and access Microsoft Graph APIs securely. The second step is to fetch data from Microsoft Teams by running a Python script in the terminal. To do so, first you'll need to copy the Python script and add the inputs you obtained when you registered an app in the Azure portal, and then save it as a .py extension file. Then you can run the script in your terminal. The third step is to upload the zip folder obtained after the successful run. This step will import the data to Zoho Cliq. So let us look at each step with the help of a live demo. So follow these steps to register an app in the Azure portal so that you can export your Microsoft Teams data. For that, you have to go to the Azure portal by using the URL portal.azure.com, and in the home page, you will find Azure services. Click on app registrations, click on new registration, and give a name for your app. I'm getting Zoho Corp. And under the supported account types, click the option that has multi-tenant and click on register. So once this is done, you can make note of the client ID. You can copy the client ID and the tenant ID and save it in a notepad. Then we'll look at how you can get the client secret value. So to do that, go to certificates and secrets. You'll find three tabs. Click on client secrets and news client secret. Give a name for it and click on add. Once that's done, you can copy the value and save it in a notepad as well. So next up, we'll be adding API permissions in the app. So for that, you can click on API permissions in the app overview page and click on add a permission. Select Microsoft Graph and application permissions. So here a list of permissions will be displayed. You can for this you need 18 permissions. You have to check 18 permissions here. Uh, the list of permissions that you'll need to check will be available to you along with the email that we're gonna send. Also, you can also check our admin guide uh, to get the list of the uh, se- list of permissions you need to enable. Okay, so I've left something. So once you've added all your 18 permissions, you have to click on, you have to check if you've grant admin consent uh, for the API permissions and click on grant admin consent. So once the status is done, like status shows that you've granted the admin consent, the next step would be to fetch data from Microsoft Teams. For this, our first step would be to run the Python code in our system. So to do that, all you have to do is you have to go to your admin panel and click on import from Microsoft Teams, which is under the data administration module, and click on new import. Now all it'll, you'll get a guide on what you have to do. Click on next, and here on the third step, you'll need to copy the Python script and paste it in a paste it over here, paste it in a file with .py extension, and over here you'll need to copy the uh, the credentials which we've noted from the app and paste it over here. And save the Python file. So once that's done, to run the code, you will have to go to your terminal and navigate to the directory where the Python file is saved. I've saved the file in my desktop. So I'm gonna type cd desktop and then type Python 3 and the file name and click on enter. So the time it takes to run depends on the amount of data you're trying to import. So for this demo purpose, I've already downloaded the zip folder. So also if you're using Windows OS, you can go to the command prompt and type the same command and click on enter. So next, once the script run is done and you'll have a zip folder, you'll need to upload the zip folder into Zoho Cliq. So all you have to do is click on next. You have to drag and drop this into your Zoho Cliq account. And once this is successful, click on import. Once the data has been successfully imported, you will be able to view the count of users, teams, and channels imported. You can also import direct messages and group chats of your organization users. You can also select skip if you want to skip it and click on proceed. Also note that it's similar to that of Slack. Once the import is successful, an invitation mail will be sent to the users, and they can click on the CTA in that mail, and you can join the Click organization. And also, there are a few things that you need to note while you're executing the script in the terminal. You need to have Python version 3 or more, which is strongly recommended. And also, if there is if you're facing some error or issue, you can always contact our support team as well. They'll be happy to help you. And let's say if you're facing some no module error, you can also type in a command that I'll be discussing later on. This is done. You can click on done, and your data will be exported. So now that we've looked into the steps followed for a successful migration, let's look into scenarios where the migration might fail, as I have discussed before. Python version 3 or more is highly recommended. And if you're facing no module error, then you can type the following command in your terminal and it should be working fine. So now that we've looked into the common failures that might occur when you migrate from Microsoft Teams, we'll now be looking at some steps or best practices that you can follow post migration. You'll need to conduct thorough checks. You can either conduct random or systematic check to ensure that all your data, including chat history, files, and other content, has been migrated accurately and is accessible in Zoho Cliq. You can conduct comprehensive training sessions for your team members to familiarize them with Zoho Cliq's features and functionalities by using our knowledge base and webinars available on getting started with Zoho Cliq. You can also follow adoption guidelines provided by Zoho Cliq to customize settings, train organization users, provide support to maximize the usage of Click, and also check usage reports of your organization to understand how effective some features are for your organization. Make sure all your third party apps and automation tools that your team uses to make your workflow easier is integrated and set to use. Zoho Cliq offers mobile apps for iOS and Android devices, allowing team members to stay connected and productive on the go. This ensures that important communication and collaboration activities are not restricted to desktops or laptops. Finally, you can add user profiles, roles, and implement security measures such as user authentication, data encryption, and access controls to safeguard data within Zoho Cliq. Now that you have successfully migrated to Zoho Cliq, we'll look into how you can set up your organization. So I'll be covering the basic few steps you will have to do to set up your organization once you've migrated to Zoho Cliq. To get a detailed tour, you can watch our admin panel webinar or check our admin guides handbook, which is provided as a handout in this webinar. First, we'll look into how you can add address and other information. Then later on, you can add users, teams, department, and designations. You can also create profile for each user. Uh, you can also create. You can also access control and permissions based on roles, and then you can also govern user behavior by using general policies and also enable multi-factor authentication for security purposes. You can restrict organization users from logging in their accounts only from authorized networks. And finally, you can we'll see and you can customize Zoho Cliq according to your organization. So let's see a live demo for this. So this is how the Click admin panel looks like. First, we'll go to organization and under company info, uh, you can add your company's address, contact details, website, and regional information here. And once you've done, you can also edit it. Then once this is done, in case you want to add users, teams, and departments, you can go to users and profiles here. and you can click on users and add a user, or you can also import and export users over here. You can also create teams here, departments, and designations over here. So once you've added the users and profiles of your organization, you will have to set restrictions and permissions. For this, you can go to permissions, and under roles, you can create roles and add users to that roles, and also click on permissions and configure what kind of permissions is allowed for the particular role. Once that's done, you can set in policies provided, and also you can set up policy using the multi-factor authentication. You can click on authentication modes, and you'll have a list of options to choose from, which adds an additional layer of security to your account. You can also click on allowed IPs, where you can restrict organization users from logging in their accounts uh, only from authorized networks by adding the IP addresses in the allowed IP section. Next, if you want to customize Click according to your organization, you can go to configurations, and there'll be a bunch of modules that you can customize and make settings that best suits your organization. So with this, we come to the end of the webinar. Thank you for attending today's session.